Hi, my name's Kent Wilson and I'm creator of 9 Minutes to Fit, what I call the no excuses. You can do this anytime, anywhere to get or stay fit in just 9 minutes a day. I'm sitting on the front porch of the house where I spent my high school years, part of the family farm where my mother, in fact, grew up as well, and where I actually live, though in a home that is built back the lane. But in this particular house, in fact, right behind that bay window that you see behind me, is the living room of this home and where a story took place that I will never forget. It was sometime after I'd moved away, but I'd come back home because we were having a family reunion of sorts, and my siblings from either coast were home as well. We were spending some nice quality time together in this home. While we were there one morning, I got up somewhat early to prepare for a morning run, and so I was there in the living room exercising my stretching techniques so that I could get ready to head out. And while I was stretching out, my brother-in-law stumbled down the stairs, coffee cup in hand, and joined me in the living room, took a seat in a rocking chair that was right beside that bay window. He was about 10 years older than me, and I think he would readily admit he was a little bit pudgy at the time. And while he was there, he was looking at me rather quizzically, and so finally I got up the courage to ask, "What you thinking about?" At that moment, because he was always kind of a witty soul, never knew exactly what he was going to say, lots of fun to be around, he just kind of scratched his chin, looked down at me, and said, "Well, I was just sitting here wondering whether I should start exercising so I could look like you, or whether I should just wait 10 years and see whether you look like me." Wow. I have never forgotten that comment. It's filled with so much wisdom and insight. We laughed it off at the time, but right then and there I realized that our physical condition is not so much determined by what we have done, but by what we are willing to continue to do. We all know high school, college, and even pro football players who were stars in their field, but over time, after the athletic competitions were over, had let themselves go and become quite different than their former selves, simply because they quit doing what they had been doing before. And so that's always been a source of motivation for me to continue to move my body, give thanks for the gift that God has given, and try to keep it in as good a shape as I possibly can, but without overdoing it, because for me, exercise is important, but I don't want it to take over my life. That's why I created 9 Minutes to Fit, a relatively short exercise that people of almost any physical condition can do, and I'd invite you to give it a try and check it out. There'll be other information to follow that you can observe at your leisure. But I'd like to let you know the ending to this story as well. Although he did wait the 10 years and not exercise very much and put on a few more pounds as the years rolled by, eventually my brother-in-law did get to the point where he no longer wanted to live that way, and he got involved in some exercise camps and paid more attention to his eating habits, and I'm proud to say that he looks great these days, and he's an inspiration in himself of what he's been able to accomplish. But I would hate for anyone else to have to spend 10 years being less healthy than they would like to be, when it's as easy as beginning right now toward a better life, at least from a physical standpoint, in so much as we're able to control it. You know, I'm a pastor, so I realize there are things out of our control. We can't control every disease. We can't control every accident or other situation that might arise. But there are some things we can do to take care of ourselves, reduce our risk for all kinds of things, and generally feel better about our life. And so I invite you to check out whether it's 9 Minutes to Fit or any other exercise program and nutritional plan so that you might be physically a better you. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to being in touch.